Well, with us, I mean, without any introduction, we have the big man on the show, one of the great organizers when it comes to T20 cricket, and now in the fourth year we're having T10 with all the hard work. How do you manage?
You know, it's a team effort. We have a lot of people on board. You know, day and night we're here. Before the event starts, we're here for a few days. We come in, we set everything up, and then once it's all over, we're here tearing it down. The players come in, they see everything, all this stuff. It takes a lot of work. We put a lot of effort into this, and we really hope all the teams are enjoying their time this year.
Well, one of the beauty is that you have streaming on wheels. So let's talk about that a little bit. Because you've gone to Canada, you've gone to St. Martin, you've gone across country. How is the operation going in terms of streaming? Any difficulty?
What we've been doing is we've been trying to bring cricket from all over the United States to viewers all over the world. The only way our players, we're a big country, the United States, and the only way our players can get the FaceTime and the way they can get onto people's radars in the Caribbean and all over the world, in the IPL, the CPL, all these bigger leagues, the only way to expand their careers is to be able to put them on TV and show people what they can do, how they can do it. So far we've traveled to Texas, we've done tournaments out of Chicago, we're going to Canada in August, we're going to Chicago again in July, on the July 4th tournament in Chicago at a brand new field that we just had built. We've done a few tournaments in New York where we've covered them. Pretty much everywhere. I mean, we're expanding constantly, and as we show what we can accomplish with our trailer and all the all the employees that fly in, depending on where we are, we're constantly expanding, and people keep calling us, and the schedule's filling up.
Okay, so in other words, you're for hire, because if any team wants you to stream a match, you're capable of doing it, taking your own satellite, your own internet, your own everything.
It doesn't matter where you are. You know, we can set up and we can broadcast within 2 hours of arriving, and we can broadcast and be gone, within an hour after the game ending. So if you have a 3-hour match, we only need about 6 hours to set up, tear down, whatever you want to do, whether it's a full-on tournament or whether it's, just a single match or an exhibition match or anything like that. We did a tournament out in Texas. We were actually streaming from the in between two cornfields. So pretty much that gives you an idea that we can broadcast out of anywhere, and we can broadcast at any level that you want.
Okay, what are the capabilities? At any stage, can you have a split screen where you can do, let's say, 2 matches at a time?
We have the ability to do 2 matches on the same screen, or we also have the ability to have multiple matches streaming at the same time on separate channels, so we can then give you slow motion replays, live action from the drone, pretty much anything you could want, we can make it happen. It's just a matter of reaching out to us and telling us what your needs are, and we can do that for you.
Very good. Well, coming up is the usual, it's going to be the 11th T20 in December. Our plans afoot for that already?
Yeah, I mean, the day the tournament ends, we start prepping for the next one. Talks, traveling, speaking to teams, speaking to team managers, coaches, performers, etc. So that event planning starts years before the actual tournament comes up. So the US Open, this will be the 11th one. Cricket Council's coming up on a 20th anniversary this year. So it'll be the 20th anniversary and the 10th anniversary of the US Open itself, or 11th anniversary this year. So we had an amazing tournament at the 10th anniversary. I'm sure the viewers have already seen it, or if they haven't, they should check out MaqTV. We have the replays, we have everything, all the highlights and all that on there. This is the 11th one coming up, and it should be, honestly, one of the biggest tournaments, well, if not the biggest in North America and on this side of the world.
Well, it was that big last year that you had to add an additional day, starting on a Wednesday for the first time last year.
Yeah, for the first time we had to expand This year, most likely we're going to stick with the 5-day format. The benefit that gives us, we can play more matches in the stadium, and we can get a lot more players on the turf. And that's what they come here. They want time in the stadium. They want to be able to perform on that international level. I was actually speaking to a bowler out of Milwaukee earlier upstairs, and he was telling me what a great benefit it is to come here and play on this pitch, considering it's one of the only of its type in North America.
It's the only one of its
type. So, he was explaining he's a fast bowler, and he's actually a really good friend of Ali Khan, and he was telling me the benefits that he sees by just coming here and attending this tournament. They far outweigh any other tournament that they've taken part in. So it's definitely a huge benefit to bring all these players out here. The 5-day format is definitely working better for us. And what we want to do is we want to continue expanding the teams. We were up to 40 teams, but we didn't have the fields. We had the fields to support them, but they weren't of the level that we wanted them to be at. So we decided to reduce the teams, and that's why we only, last year, if I'm not mistaken, we had 20 teams, which we limited at 16, and we had to bring in extra teams because they wouldn't let us say no. So this year, I don't know the answer for how many teams there are, but most likely will be a 5-day format again.
Okay, well, all the very best, and sure we're going to have you on interview again as the tournament progresses. We have other matches this afternoon, tomorrow, semifinals, and the finals.
Yeah.
One last thing though, I like the format in which it becomes a players' tournament in which the top teams can invoke top players from the losing teams.
Yeah, so like I was saying, we definitely want to point out players. I mean, team owners, team captains, they're really they're necessary for a tournament to happen, of course, but the players at the end of the day who should be the ones that are benefiting from this. So this tournament, what we do is we try to highlight players instead of the teams at the US Open, and what that does is we have specific prizes just for the players. We have the top 7 batsmen, we have the top 7 bowlers, we have prizes, cash prizes, trophies, and all these things to highlight the players. And then on top of that, what you were speaking about, the drafting of players into for example, if a team got knocked out, another team can go that is playing in the next round, and they can go pick up that player. And if that player is worthwhile, he'll be able to shine on another team. So it's a benefit for everyone. I think the teams will benefit because they'll be winning more matches if they have an injury or anything like that. And on top of that, they'll be picking up a good player, and that player will benefit because they'll be able to get seen by other people and get to play with other teams that maybe they haven't played with yet.
And well, the real benefit of that too is that you're going to have your strongest teams playing,
of course,
for your semifinals and the finals.
Of course,
that's a good thing. Well, Sofian, we want to say thank you, and as usual, continue the hard work. It's benefiting and it's paying off because of the millions of viewers that are tuning to MAQtv. And for those who are in the vicinity, we urge you, as usual, come on in, fill the seats, and give kudos to Zishawn Qureshi and his crew. Sofian, job well done.
Thank you for having us.
Any parting words?
Check us out on MaqTV, on Instagram, on Facebook, Cricket Council USA. The support is the only way we can continue doing this. The teams didn't have any registration fees for this tournament. All these teams that are here is completely sponsored by our sponsors, and the only way we can have those if we have the viewers. So we appreciate you guys sharing us, telling your friends about us, and thank you for the continued support.